Dude. Oh my God! All right.
Oh, God.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. By popular demand.
By
Popular
popular
demand.
demand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is this?
What?
What is this? What is the show?
Oh, the show. This is Portside Starboard.
Portside Starboard.
It's every time.
Every time. Hey, right here. That's right.
All right. So, this is Portside Starboard. My name is Caleb Terry.
My name is Captain Forrest Chilton.
I'm the captain.
That's right.
No.
No, but we're...
No, I'm the captain. No,
We're both captains.
we're both captains,
Yeah,
I guess.
that's right.
You're going to join us both on a beautiful ride today. We're going to see a lot of things. We
Yep.
don't really know where we're going, but the wind takes us. The
Yeah.
wind takes us.
Like last time, we sort of just had the wind take us, and we sort of just let the ship go because that was our first episode. You know, we were
It
just getting
was.
things going,
Yeah.
and if you tuned in, if you actually listened and or watched the whole thing, then you know that we had some good material.
We had some good stuff.
And the video cut out.
The video did cut out. We are very
Yeah.
displeased
Yeah.
with that.
Let me shed some light on that.
Yeah, shed some light.
So we were shooting on my phone for the first one, which sounds just, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But we were shooting on my phone because it could shoot 60 frames really
Yeah.
easily and all that
Right.
technical stuff. But it was working, and then I found out after we had recorded the entire hour
Yes.
of podcast material, I go up to my phone and we're on an emotional high. We're like, yeah, we just did it. We
It's like,
recorded
yeah,
our
we're
first
good.
episode.
We're good to go.
And then the video stopped because my storage was full.
The
Guess what?
dreaded
Guess what?
storage is full.
We recorded for an hour. It stopped 12 minutes in.
12 minutes in.
And you saw that if you watched
Everybody saw.
If you
We
watched
all
the
know.
first one. So
They all
apologies. We are now using Caleb's phone.
We're using my phone because I
And-
have storage.
So, dude,
Lots
he
of
has
storage.
at least double the footage that I
Yeah.
have, or storage. So
Hella
we're gonna
storage.
get a lot.
Hella storage. Anyway, anyways, so do you have what? Just tell me what's going on with you, man. What's going on with
Okay.
you? We haven't talked.
Well, how about we tell them? I hear a siren,
We got sirens.
and now you know what that means.
Let's bring in our siren segment.
No one's going. No. What if somebody just walked in?
That would be awesome.
Oh my god.
Maybe another time.
But the siren. Oh, we have so much planned. No, but the siren reminds me of what we just witnessed out in the living room.
Oh.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
touch on something.
Touch on it.
We are shooting at Caleb's place
Yeah.
right now. The last time we were shooting in my little studio basement room.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, now we're shooting somewhere else. We're gonna be moving around, guys.
Yeah, it'll be all over the place. You never know where the ship is going to be. Speaking of which, the ship, we don't know the name of it yet.
Mary
So-
Lou. Not Mary Lou.
No, I figured out that I messed up that last time. He
Okay.
actually says, "What's Marialo?"
Marialo.
Yeah, Marialo, because he couldn't read. Remember? Oh. He's like, "What's Marialo?"
Oh, yeah,
And he was like,
yeah.
"What? What are you talking about?"
In
He's like,
holes.
Marialo. Yeah, in
The
holes.
Shia
In
LaBeouf.
holes. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And so he's like, "Oh, that's Marilu.
Mm-hmm.
It's Marilu."
Oh, not Marialo.
Marialo. Anyways,
But let's you wanna talk about what we were just in the living room and
Yes.
we saw something.
so we were in the living room after we had set up this. We actually ordered pizza.
Yep.
Just a little while ago because we were famished, and so we were just sitting there, and I was like, Forrest was talking to me, and I was like, hold on, there's something happening outside,
And I was like, Caleb, what is it?
and so I see this police officer with this lady outside, and
Yeah.
I'm like, so what's going on here? So obviously we had to close the blinds a little bit.
Yeah, we
and
were being so
stand.
shady.
We
Walked up. We're on the second floor of his apartment complex.
Yeah.
And so we're actually looking down on these people,
Yeah.
just absolutely spying on them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so he was like, "Oh, we need to shut the blinds." So the blinds just like
Yeah, the blinds are a little bit shut.
so they don't see us,
Yeah,
but we
we
see
can
them.
see out.
It was so
It
creepy.
was awesome. It was awesome. But anyway, so we just thought, we were looking at it. We were like, it ended up, we believe that it was somebody hit this lady's car, and she reported the event, and they were like, so we were like, okay, I don't know. But then Like he goes, looks at the damage on the vehicle, and then they both leave. Like the lady goes inside, he goes and gets in his car, and we think that's the end of it.
Yeah, we think, oh, they just solved it. She goes, back in her apartment.
Yeah.
Cop
And then
goes
we're
back
like,
to his
all right,
car.
no worries. And then we're sitting there again, just waiting on the pizza.
Yeah.
Of course. And I look out and I see that the police officer's out there again, but this time the lady's not with him. And I'm like,
Yeah, he's just looking
what's
at her
going
car
on here?
Mhm.
So he goes, looks at the car, and then the lady comes back out. I'm like, okay, all right, what's out? And then it's like, okay, maybe they're just like, they didn't get all the information.
Yeah.
But then another police car shows up.
Yeah, and we're like, oh,
like,
dude,
hold up.
these stakes, like, there's another,
Stakes are high.
There's a new chapter.
Yeah, yeah.
We were like,
chapter. Things are unraveling here.
it's going down.
So, and then the other guy comes out. He comes, looks at the car. She goes back inside. She's not even outside anymore. He comes out. The both of them are looking at it. They keep on rubbing this spot on the car for some reason. I don't understand why they kept on
They're just
rubbing it.
Fingering it a little bit. I was like, what?
I'm just
I was like, they were doing that. They were just like
look at
this.
bad boy. No.
We'll touch on
We'll
that
touch
later.
on that later. Anyways, so
We'll touch on it.
So they keep on rubbing it, and I'm like, all right, I don't know what that's doing.
Yeah.
But then they go and start like looking at other cars, like
Yeah.
like looking for, I guess, white paint because she had a white car. She had a Range Rover.
Yeah.
And like, so I guess they were like launching an investigation of some kind, looking for who hit her car. But as far as we could tell, they didn't find it, and they both parted ways. And
Yeah. But it was
it was
dicey.
funny.
We were like, oh my God.
We thought maybe something would go down.
Yeah.
We were gonna catch it.
And can I just mention that when the second cop showed up and he got out of his car, he looked identical to the first cop.
yeah, they looked like the same.
They
guy.
were both basically bald, thick black shades.
Yes.
Both wearing black Apple Watches.
Absolutely.
And they looked the exact same. And
They
they
were
both
same guy.
the same uniform, all of it. So I was
Yeah.
like, they're
These are
they're
the same
twins.
guys.
Yeah. I was,
They
was like,
both
there's
had
two of
black
them.
Oakleys. It
Yeah,
was like,
they were exactly the same. I was like, who are these guys? Right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
It was, but that was interesting. That's what happened.
But the moral of the story is, now this is a perfect example, not a moral, but this was a perfect example
Yeah.
of a story that didn't have a great ending.
So it basically, point of us telling you this story is,
That's just what happened.
it's just
to
a
us.
thing that occurred and we thought it was funny.
We thought it was funny, but it really
Yeah. And-
probably wasn't a worthy enough story to be
But
told.
we were like, we both were wondering, we both kept looking at each other. We were like, I wonder what on earth they are saying.
Yeah.
Like the cops to each other and the cop to the woman. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm so curious. And so we would like mouth what they would say. Like we would play the characters. Like one of us would
Classic
be one
move.
cop, one of us would be the other cop
yeah.
or whatever. We would just go off. We're like, yeah. Officer Jerry, what do you think of this?
Well, Officer Felix, it looks as if there's some damage here right on the fender. If you could see right here as I scratch it off.
Right, like this?
And no,
like-
you have to scratch it like this in like 3/8 or 4/8 tempo.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
when you scratch the fender to study it, you have to.
We're going some. This is getting weird.
It's hilarious. That was a good bit. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's officers, identical twins.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
You had to be there.
Yeah, it was one of those. But we've got it. Yeah, that's the point. We got to describe it. Describe it to
Anyways.
him. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. What happened? So what's been going on with you, man? I hadn't seen you in like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so, that Sunday. So the Drake Bell concert was
Yes.
Saturday, and then after that, we recorded our first episode.
Yes.
And that was a long day. It was hectic. But then after that was, I was on spring break. That was my whole week. I won't talk forever, even though we have like an hour, but I'll just give you the rundown. Essentially, I went up to my grandparents' house in Mount Airy, and they have a house out in like the middle of nowhere. Like, and there's a lake in the backyard. I shot a filmer there too before. It's like solitude, dude. And so I wanted so badly to get away from school and just like get away from like my roommates, get away from people I see every day, and just talking about filmmaking. I want to just get away from it and just like go live in the woods out there in this house. Oh, it was so nice.
Sounds awesome.
I went in. So my grandparents left and went to the beach.
Yeah.
For like 4 days, and I stayed there by myself for 4 days, and dog sat with them. You know, hung out with their Yorkies. And dude, it was so peaceful. I watched like 9 movies when I was up there. Like I caught up on. I watched the entire Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, nice.
For like the first official time, sitting there watching it all the way, you know, with complete focus.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
like
it's really
Heath Ledger's Joker is no joke.
Unbelievable.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
How genuinely good that was. He's crazy.
He's
good.
incredible. Like, I know like everybody says like he's actually incredible, but like it's really unbelievable.
It was I can't it was really incredible. And I watched a bunch of movies, some horror movies, because their basement is like they have a good sound system and good TV down there.
Right.
And like they have this hallway that's like super scary. Like when I was there by myself at night watching it, I purposely watched a scary movie.
Yeah.
And I would keep like checking down the hallway.
Have to.
Because I was like, I could easily just picture in my mind somebody down there.
Yeah.
And it's so scary, dude.
Yes.
I was sweating. But yeah, like it was so nice, dude, to get away. I was there Monday through Thursday, and then Thursday morning I left, went straight to Raleigh.
Oh.
And met my friend Nathan and his girlfriend Caroline down at NC State. And he like showed me around campus. I hadn't been there like in a long time, but he showed me around campus and like walked around and got some ice cream, this and that. And then we went bar hopping. And then we got drunk.
Yes.
But it was fun because we actually I had for the first time I went to a Taco Bell cantina which serves alcohol.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, where's that?
So this is on Hillsborough Street, right across the street from NC State's campus.
Oh.
There's a Taco Bell cantina.
Sounds awesome.
It says like it's a different thing.
Right.
And so I went in there and got a Baja Blast slushy with tequila in it.
Oh my god.
And let me tell you, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm so serious.
I believe you.
It was so good.
It sounds awesome.
So after drinking multiple beers, that's what I had. That was great. And then we made more margaritas at their place. And yeah, we all just got really drunk. But it was in a really fun way, and I hadn't seen them in forever. And then we took a bunch of really sick photos. Like we got really creative photography.
Oh yeah.
Busted out my camera.
Had to.
We took some like super moody lit photos.
Oh my god.
And not kidding, we woke up the next morning and I started looking at the photos again. I was like, guys, these are really good.
Yes.
I was like, I took these drunk.
Are these the one that you guys posted?
Yep.
Like where they're all dark?
The red and blue and the yep.
Mm-hmm. I like those.
Go check out my business Instagram, Chilton Films. Shameless plug, but when you do it, you'll see the photos there.
Yeah.
They're stunning photos, actually. And
yeah,
I took them drunk, and nobody has to know that.
Nobody has to know that,
but
except for people who watch this. They all know the inside scoop now. They all know the inside scoop.
You know the scoop. But yeah, it was really fun.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Really good week, just getting away from school and just not, thinking about it. What happened over there?
Just found a hair there.
On your mic?
Yeah, on the mic. Yeah, but no, that's what's up, dude.
It was great. It was
awesome.
really, really awesome. Mm-hmm. What were you doing? Because I didn't see you since our last podcast 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago to this day, practically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, sort of. It's Saturday, so.
True. It's like two weeks ago.
Somewhat.
Last weekend.
I don't know. I don't remember.
What have you been doing, dude?
I have no idea what I've been doing. Let me think.
Yeah.
My sister's birthday was last weekend.
Okay.
We ate for that. Before that, we hung out with my brother and my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Had a wild night. I don't want to get into that because that was something else. It was something else. Oh, it was wild. That was daylight. That was daylight savings.
Okay.
So spring forward, and we stayed up until 8 a.m.
What?
8 a.m.
You didn't sleep, or did you?
No, we went to sleep for like 2 hours. We had to meet my parents and everybody else for my sister's birthday, like lunch, at like 1. And so like it's 8 a.m. We had to get up at like 10.
No sleep at all.
Yeah, no sleep. It was was ridiculous. We were playing.
What were you doing until 8 in the morning,
Dude,
man?
it was nonsense. We were all just like messing around. We were playing poker.
Okay, that'll keep you up.
Yeah,
Just
we were
want to
playing
keep
poker,
going.
like
at it, yeah.
keep on going.
Yeah,
Dude, something else.
Yeah.
Something else. Anyways, yeah, needless to say, we were very tired the next day. Also, my vehicle was damaged that night. Not like I didn't wreck it, but like it broke.
What happened to
There
it?
was a clutch failure that happened there.
I was gonna say if somebody hit you, I'd call those identical cops to come check it out
Dude,
for you.
They actually probably could.
They could,
yeah.
We could go out there right now, probably.
It was cop 1 and cop 2. You know, like thing
yeah.
1, thing
Thing
2.
1, yeah.
Yeah, cop 1.
I was
and
waiting
2.
for the Cat in the Hat to show up at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, the
Oh my
cops are
God.
identical. I'm like, oh,
The Cat in the Hat could have showed up at any
the
time.
cat, but in a cop uniform.
Yeah, of course.
Because you've seen the movie.
Yes.
He's like got in all these.
He does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changes outfits all the time.
Who was that? Who's the actor?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. That guy's.
Can we
like-
talk about this movie for a second?
Let's talk about it.
Because I don't want to cut you off. 'Cause I
No,
know you're
please,
okay.
please cut me off.
I'll cut you off. But so let me adjust real quick. Adjust this. Okay, guys, we're gonna.
Oh, there. Oh,
Hold on.
we're in action now.
Oh,
Actually, my bad.
hold on. There we go.
Oh my god.
There we go. It sounds
Oh my
good
god.
now. Yep, I'm
I
good.
Totally messed up.
I'm good.
Now. I'm totally messed up now.
Oh no.
No, we're good.
Yep, you gotta hook that
wait.
back in. It just came undone.
Oh,
Guys, hold on one second. Right there.
there
You see
is.
it?
There
Oh.
is. Hang on. Wait.
What?
Boom.
Oh. Okay. You're good now?
Oh wait, one more. One
Oh,
more.
one more. One more little string.
There it is.
Okay.
We're in there. We're in there.
You're good now.
Oh, let me tighten this.
Tighten that mother. Okay. Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat. And we're gonna talk about Cat in the Hat actually.
Cat in the Hat.
This is
please.
what we're gonna talking about. So, that movie's underrated, and people
yeah, it
people think
definitely
it's
is.
bad. People think it's really like
Do they?
creepy and weird.
No, it
'cause,
is. It is a little scary.
Like, the Cat in the Hat costume, it's kind of creepy. But dude, it never fazed me. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I watched that movie a lot of times as a kid, and there's that like inappropriate scene in the kitchen TV show thing when you know what I'm talking about, when he's like he's gonna make the cupcake-inator, you know, and then he's like shoving all this crap in the cupcake-inator, and like there's two of him, there's another guy, and he's like, the other guy's threatening, the first cat is threatening to kill the other cat or something.
Yeah.
You remember that scene? It was really funny, and
No,
like
I don't remember.
they
this scene.
like cuss or something for
Oh,
like a kids
really?
movie, or they almost do, and they like cut. It's really funny.
Sounds awesome.
Anyway, it was a good scene. And I watched this movie like November, this past November. Laughed my ass off.
I bet you did.
It really is that funny. I'm still not over it.
Wow.
It's really funny. And
Let me
then
check that again.
and then I watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim
Oh,
Carrey,
Yeah.
because like both of them live action Dr. Seuss stories,
Yeah.
and Jim Carrey nails it.
He definitely does.
He nails it. Did you know that it took Jim Carrey? I don't know if you guys know this story about what Jim Carrey went through to become the Grinch. Do you know about it?
No, I have no idea.
To get in that furry green costume, the makeup, and it took 6 or 7 hours for the makeup department to get him in the costume. Then he had to act.
Ooh.
So he's exhausted, and he got so stressed that someone from the FBI, this is true, someone from the FBI came and gave him cigarettes so he could it would actually de-stress him. The nicotine would calm him down.
No way.
No, I'm serious. He got addicted to smoking for like a little bit, but the Grinch doing that movie made him so psychologically and just like physically exhausted and stressed out
Yeah.
that someone from the FBI prescribed him, here's some cigarettes, calm down.
Why the FBI?
I don't know. I don't really know. I know that's just what the story, like, that's just what happened.
The FBI.
Yeah.
The Federal Bureau of
Yeah,
Investigation.
somebody came and just was like,
I'm so confused by that.
it's really
Like
it's
they
real.
investigate crimes. Did he commit a crime?
No.
Like, what?
I don't. That's just what happened.
Like
They just needed somebody to come in and just be like, here.
there's like, well, we can't have any doctors. We have to have a crime investigator.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
I know, but
I have
that's
no
just,
idea.
That's what just happened. And
Wow.
the movie worked out because
Oh yeah.
I love that freaking movie.
Yeah. Nah. He
I think
did
it's hilarious.
an incredible job.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Grinch? No, I didn't either.
The animated, just fully animated
with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he was the Grinch, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it either. When I found out that it was him as the Grinch, I wasn't upset. I
mean, I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
I love Benedict. I love him.
I don't know. I heard it was bad. I didn't really hear like any good reviews from it, or
I think it didn't need to be made.
Yeah.
Back to another because we touched a little bit on this.
We were talking about Transformers last episode.
Yeah, then I was talking about Disney, how Disney's like doing their crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't need to make another Grinch.
No.
I mean, they already had an animated one, the original.
Yeah, and that one's great. That was it's a classic Christmas.
Now, obviously, I'm judging it now, and I haven't seen it.
Sure.
So it could be good. I've heard people say it wasn't good,
but I don't know.
Reed said it was good.
Well, you trust Reed's opinion on
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what he said.
He could change his mind on a dime.
He could.
So, I don't know.
Reed is Forrest's brother. I feel like we mentioned that last time.
Oh, I have an idea.
What?
I feel like we should have done this in the first episode, or at least the beginning of this episode. We haven't done it.
What?
We need to talk about us, where we're from, who we are.
Oh, yeah.
We need to give them, for people who don't know us, who are watching possibly, and want to go back and start the podcast from the beginning once we like get further on or whatever.
Yes.
They want to know who we are. Like, let's talk about where we come from and like talk a little bit about us, because that's what we should do.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Tell me about you.
Okay, I'll tell you about me. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about you.
Okay, so my name is Forrest Chilton, and that's all you need to know about me.
Yeah.
No. No. Okay, so I was born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina, and basically my line of work is filmmaking. I go to UNC School of the Arts in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I'm enrolled in the film school, and right now I'm my discipline, or your concentration in film, you know, when you progress through the school, you start to narrow down what you want to do in film, like directing, editing, whatever.
Right.
I want to be a producer.
Okay.
I love talking to people. That's like lawyer kind of work, but for film only. It's like, you know, you're approaching, like if you want to, it's a lot of location stuff. Like for a film I just did at school, my second year project that I produced, we had to go to this children's home in Winston, and I had to go there and like meet with the administrator who runs the whole place or whatever.
Yeah.
And we wanted to shoot like on this dirt road out there on the land. And so I was like, you know, I had to meet with her and talk through and get her to sign stuff. I love that. I love meeting. I can talk to adults really well. Like I love meeting with them and just here's what we need from you, and here's what you know, I need you to do for me, and you know, you'll be a huge help if you let us use your place for this film. And like I know how to persuade and talk through things like that.
Like a salesman.
It's great. I love it. So producing is where I want to be. Maybe ultimately be sort of a Vince Gilligan type, you know, creative producer. Maybe you know, handle everything.
Yeah.
Just handle it. And so
just handle it.
Yeah. So right now, I am just coasting through film school.
You're on the path.
Yeah. And hence my spring break, because school is exhausting.
Yes.
Doing film every day, all day. So it never ends.
I believe that.
But you know, I love doing stuff like this. Just, you know, I love all this stuff. Sound, video.
Same.
Just give it to me.
Yeah. I am also a fan.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan.
Okay. That's me, man. I have 3 little brothers. Reed is one of them. Reed lives with you here.
Yes, Reed is my roommate.
He's a wily one.
He's
a silly goose.
He gets out. He's a silly goose.
He's crazy.
He's out there. No, he's the man.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man though.
And he'll be 20 on Tuesday.
20.
He'll be 20 years old on Tuesday.
Yes. How old are you? Did you say how old you
are?
No,
I'm 21.
You're 21. He is 21.
My birthday is November 30th, so I'll be 22 this year.
Yes.
And that's all the basic info. My mom and dad are cool. I have 2 other little brothers.
Yes.
Cam and Cohen, who are high school, middle school. And yeah, dude, that's the life.
That's awesome.
That's just my life.
Yeah. So you're the oldest?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Let's hear a little bit about Captain Caleb Terry.
Me.
Yep.
My name is Caleb Terry.
Yes.
My first name is Jesse. Caleb's my middle name, so Jesse Caleb Terry. A lot of people find that out about me, and they're like, "What? Your name is Jesse?
What?
How long has your name been Jesse?"
Jesse.
Then they think they're like, "So your real name's Jesse?" I'm like, "No, my real name is Caleb."
Your first name is Jesse. Your real name is what you go by.
Yeah. They're both my
that's
real
interesting.
names. I don't know why they say real name.
Because my dad goes by his middle name, which is Grant. That's also my middle name.
Oh, that's
He
awesome.
goes by Grant, but his first name is Alan.
Ah,
But he goes by Grant. Grant is his real name, not
That's
his
what's
first
up.
name. Yeah,
I like that.
it's kind of the same.
My
deal.
dad does the same thing. My
Mhm.
dad's first name is John, and his middle name is Eddie.
He goes by Eddie.
Edward. But he goes by Eddie.
hmm Dude, I'm just gonna. I should probably go by Grant eventually.
You should.
Because everybody call
You
like
should.
I look a lot like my dad,
Yeah.
just with a beard.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I look a lot like my dad.
You do.
So
You do.
people who know my dad and me very well, even my mom has called me Grant.
Really?
Like, yeah, because she either thinks it is him or like whatever. But it just we look so similar. We're the same height, same like, everything,
Yeah.
same
Me
eyes.
and my dad look very similar.
So it's like
you haven't met my dad, have you?
I have.
You
I
have?
was over at your house. a long time.
You were. Yeah.
I've met your dad.
yeah.
I have met your
yeah,
dad.
You have. Yeah. We look alike.
He's a chill dude.
He's a good guy.
Yep. Let me get adjusted
Yeah.
in this chair.
It's funny though. My dad is the junior. My grandfather was John Edward Terry Senior. Fun fact: the initials is Jet.
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 Like a freaking plane.
Yeah. Jet.
I love that.
I wish that I could have been Jet 3, the third.
But
Jet 3.
you are what?
That'd be sweet.
JCT.
Not JCT. Yeah. My brother would have been.
You're jacked.
It's actually junction. If you're driving
Oh.
and you see a junction,
GCT.
it'll say
JCT.
JCT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Junction. But anyways,
Junction.
my brother actually would have been the third if he decided to name his firstborn. My brother's actually the firstborn. Anyways, back to me. About me. Okay.
Let's talk about Caleb. Who are you?
yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. So I don't know. I right now I've graduated. I graduated from Guilford Technical Community College. I went to Weaver Academy for high school.
What did you do at a
Studied classical guitar there, and I was mediocre at best. I should have been way better.
Didn't you you delve into some acting, didn't you?
Not until I got into college.
Okay.
Yeah. I went there and did. So I graduated from Weaver, and then I went to G Tech.
Yeah.
But I went to G Tech for automotive to work on cars.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, that took me forever. I finished all of my like automotive classes, but I never finished any of my academics.
Mm-hmm.
So what I ended up doing was I just finished all that, and then I got offered a job to work for a boat shop, actually. Like a boat. I was working on boats.
Yeah,
Just
like
boat
a
mechanic.
yeah,
Boat mechanic. So I left school. I actually stopped going to school because I finished all my mechanic classes, and I figured I was like, all right, I'll just go back and get my academics later. I actually stayed out of school for an entire year, which is not a good move ever. And then that's where I met Reed.
Yep.
I met Reed at the boat shop.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah.
How did we meet? You know?
Yeah, me and this guy met through Reed, obviously. Reed was in high school when he came to the boat shop. He was doing a shadowing. How's that looking over there?
It's good. We're like 10 minutes in.
Good.
Sorry.
He was doing a shadowing, I suppose, for some type of program that they had at his school, and he chose that boat shop to come and we'll need to have Reed on, to let him
one day we will
explain his side of the story. But Reed comes in, he's like some kid driving a Jeep.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right.
Like, who's this guy?
It's like, all right. Anyways, and I'm just like, all right, man. Well, it's good to meet you. Come in here, get you a rag and start buffing down this boat. And anyways, I had to gauge.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
You worked at a boat shop.
And Portside Starboard.
Portside Starboard is boats.
Boats, yeah.
Dude.
Boats.
Boats.
Exactly.
Ships.
Yes. So, anyways, we ultimately, long story short, became friends.
Yep.
And we just had a good time. And then I started hanging out with him. We actually didn't hang out after he left for a long time, like at least a year or so, where we didn't hang out. But finally, we somehow started hanging out again. I met this guy, and
this
then
guy over here. Yeah,
we hit it off for sure. Anyways, yeah, I didn't start getting into acting until I went back to school. I left the boat shop and went back to school to finish my academics. And I needed a wait, this may have been before. Anyway, I did academics. And I needed another credit and I decided to just do like theater appreciation or like theater history or whatever. And did that class, and then the teacher of that was actually the teacher of the acting department. He decided to put me in. He was like, you need to come out and audition for this show that we're doing. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. I didn't do it. I should have done it, but I didn't do it. And then like the next day, he was like, actually, wait, no, he told me to come and sign up for the acting 1. And I did sign up for acting 1. And I got in there, we were like doing our thing. And then he told me to come and audition for that show after I had signed up for acting 1. And I came to class one day after auditions were over. I was going to come and do it, but I didn't do it. And he was like, why didn't you come to auditions? I was like, I don't know. Just didn't come. And he's like, do you want to do it? I was like, I mean, yeah, maybe I might do it. He's like, I tell you what, why don't you just take the script right here and just do your audition right now? Yeah. And I was like, all right. And so I did it, like just did a read through, I suppose. And he already knew that he was. He
just wanted to see you do it.
He already knew he was going to use me, and I was like, all right, yeah. So I read through it, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll let you know. But he knew. He already knew.
But that's what you do. Like when I had to do being producer for the film, I had to hold auditions for our actors, and so we had like this hectic day of auditions that ran like 2 hours. We had a session where people were just lined out the door for this movie. It was it was crazy. We had like 45 auditions in an hour and a half.
Wow.
It was we were filing out people like, you have a minute, go, like that. It was crazy. But we found a lot of amazing people, and we got eventually casted the movie. But like, what was it? Where's I going with this? Oh,
you're talking about casting, yeah.
Because we have callbacks and all that. So like where you get more intimate with, you select the people that you want, and then you like bring them in, and you have more like a longer time. You can do improv, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting. I love holding casting sessions. It's really cool. So, but that's what you do. We're like, yeah, we'll let you know. And then they leave, and I turn to my director. I'm like, this is the one. but you have to you have to let them. You have to give everyone a fair chance and tell everyone at the same time. We'll let you know. Yeah. Because it's not fair if you're just like, you got it, unless you like.
Unless like you just don't care.
Unless it's like Leonardo DiCaprio where they don't have to audition.
Yeah, they don't have to audition. They just say, I need you to be in this movie.
Hey, you were in Titanic, The Revenant, Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, you're good. Just come on in. You got the role.
We're just gonna use you. Yeah. It's more like he decides if he wants to be in it or not.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Isn't
like
it?
Actors now, like if you're a big name actor, you don't ever have to audition. Because your audition tapes are the movies you've been in. Yep. If they're big, Robert Downey Jr. or whatever.
Yep.
Fucking Iron Man, he doesn't have to audition.
They don't have to audition.
So he's like, oh, his agent or something we'll approach him. Hey, I got this script for you. This director wants you, and he's like, I'll think about it.
Yeah, I'll read the script.
Yeah. It's up to them. Yeah. Like I would love. Okay, so I love acting too. I've done a few things in my day as well, but I'd love to get to that point in my life where if I was a named actor like on a TV show, that's the dream, really, or like a big movie or whatever it is, and I have somebody to come to me for movies instead of me searching for movies. That is such a good gig.
That's prime time.
That's a great career.
Speaking of someone who actually is now that, and he wasn't that in maybe like a 5-year gap.
Who?
He is now that. Chris Pratt.
Oh my God, you're right.
He went from not being that to now he is that.
Because one of his not his starting, but where he was first beginning was Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. Nobody really knew about him. Yep. He was already acting. Yep. He did like some like random like soap opera like kids.
Did he really?
Like teen show, like
Yeah.
way back. Like I don't know if he was a teen or not. He was probably in his 20s,
Yeah.
but like, and like
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But he was already doing that, and then he got casted for Parks and Rec. And I actually heard that they weren't going to keep him on the show that long.
Yeah,
They just
because
needed him-
he was like he was not a main character at all.
Yeah, they just wanted him to be like some kind of side character,
Like side comic relief or something.
a deadbeat.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he.
Yeah, he
is
was.
Like,
No, because he was in the first
Yeah.
season. Chris Pratt's character Andy Dwyer.
Andy Dwyer.
He was just Portside Starboard. No, he was stuck in a ditch or a hole or
the
pit.
Fell in
The
the pit.
pit.
Yeah.
He was stuck in the pit, and he was just he had 2 broken legs. Like, he was a useless guy.
Yes.
For Ann Perkins to like.
Ann Perkins.
Yeah, Ann
Ann
Perkins.
Perkins.
Hey.
Ann Perkins.
Ann Perkins.
Anyways.
Dude, Chris Traeger's the man.
Anyways, that's a great show. But yeah.
Point is, Chris Pratt really, once he started to show his ability to improv, and fans really responded to his random just dopiness.
Yeah, just being ridiculous.
Like, he's so funny.
He's
and
hilarious,
so they definitely kept him on, and they loved him.
They wrote him in,
and and guess what? He stuck around, and he remains one of the funniest moments of all time.
Absolutely.
in sitcom history.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
What moment are you talking about?
I'm talking.
Are you just talking about as a whole?
Yeah, no, yeah, like as a whole.
Yeah, no,
people reference him all the time. It's like
so
Michael
funny.
Scott's Office. You know. Then you have Ron Swanson, of course.
I would say Ron Swanson would be like.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would. He was not the Michael Scott.
No, he's not. Is he?
Parks
Who
and
is
Rec.
the face of Parks and Rec? You would think it'd be.
It'd be Amy Poehler
or Leslie Knope. Yeah,
Leslie Knope.
But who's the more memorable?
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson,
of course.
Or Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more like. I don't know. She stopped being the face after like the first season
because they started focusing on Chris and Ben
Ben
Wyatt.
Everybody
everyone
became like the character. There was no main character. Michael Scott's kind of the main character.
Yeah,
of the
and then
Office.
when he left The Office, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The
leaves
Office,
The Office.
if you haven't seen The Office,
spoiler, you should.
guys,
like what?
you should
Dude.
have seen it by now.
Yeah, like come on.
Sorry, that's not our fault, but
Yeah,
not to be blunt, but you suck.
nah.
if you
Like
haven't
I watched it and knowing that he was gonna leave at some point,
seen-
and it was still good. So
Yeah.
watch it.
like
I,
because you start to realize like you enjoy the time that he's on there. He leaves like there's like 9 seasons. I think he leaves season.
I thought it was
6,
like 7.
Season 7 finale.
7.
Because 8 and 9 he's not in it.
Yeah, the
until
last 2.
the finale, of course. Wow, we're
You're definitely ruining
hardcore
it now.
spoiling.
I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
was
but-
hardcore spoiler.
It's okay.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
Anyway,
If you haven't, like I said, if you
Maybe-
haven't seen The Office, whatever.
no, you should. You should.
You haven't seen it.
But no, like it's funny though. You should like in the editing we can like put like.
How about
spoiler.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll do that.
Yeah,
I can do that.
We'll
I'll
do that.
I'll
Anyway.
put a little spoiler alarm or something in there.
Spoiler coming soon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But Office and Parks and Rec, man, are just the shows.
they are
What
great.
are your some of your favorite quotes
From both?
from from either one? Ron Swanson quotes happen to be my favorite.
Yeah, I watched Parks and Rec first.
Really?
So, yeah.
I watched The Office first. This was like sophomore year of high school. I think I watched
nice,
it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I watched Parks and Rec first, so I actually like Parks and Rec better,
Yeah.
and I remember it better because I've seen it more than The Office. I've actually only seen The Office once.
What really?
Yeah.
I've seen The Office. I've seen both 3 times all the way through.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I've seen both 3 times.
That's awesome.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
So I've seen Parks and Rec twice all the way through.
Okay.
And and I've only seen The Office once. But dude, I can't even remember all of them. It's so like much.
Give me one.
God, I don't know.
From Ron.
So Ron, there's one that always just sticks with me. He's like,
So funny. What does he say?
he's like, he says,
Also, wait, if you don't know Ron Swanson, if you haven't seen Parks and Rec, again, like what? But if you haven't, he's like the most. He's like the man.
yeah, he's just,
He is the manliest. Just he's got this bulky mustache.
right.
He's just
right.
he's so blunt and straightforward and manly and
He's
meat.
not worried
Great.
about anybody
No,
else.
never.
Anyways, he's like,
A little bit about him.
he was like talking about somebody was like, Anne said something to him and he called her like Stacy or something like that. He's like, no problem, Stacy. And like he knows her name was Anne.
Yeah.
And then it like flashes to him and him and what's her name? Andy's wife. What was her
April.
name? April Ludgate.
Yeah.
And he was like, when people start to get too chummy with me, I like to call them by the wrong name to let them know that I don't care about them.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome. Like, I would love to do that to people.
dude, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then like it shows and then April says it's like, that's a great move, Lester. And then like Ron just smiles.
He's
dude.
like, because their relationship is
like,
interesting.
dude.
Because
Oh my
April
God.
is like she hates working. She's like, oh, like, you know, she's like a ignorant adolescent.
I don't know if she's ignorant. She's more like
Yeah, what's the word?
she's like a hipster, but like a more like, I don't know how to
Like,
explain it.
she doesn't want to work. She thinks work is boring, and she just, you know,
I think
goes
that
a gun
she
life.
just thinks that things are dumb. Like, you know
Yeah.
how like emo, but like she's not
Yeah,
emo, but
yeah.
like they like just she's not. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know. I know what
She's
you
just
mean.
apathetic
Yeah,
she
just doesn't care
about the world.
Yep, she's
I don't know.
apathetic.
Anyways.
Yeah, and so yeah, their relationship dynamic is really
So funny.
different because Ron doesn't want. He works for the government.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want the government to be better because the government's stupid, is what
Right,
he thinks.
right.
So he's like, I'm working here to try and tear down the government from the inside or whatever. And so that's his like goal.
Yeah.
But April is there when she gets hired as like an intern, but then ends up staying the rest of the show or whatever as
Right.
an employee. He's like,
More spoilers.
whatever. He likes her because she doesn't work, and like
Yes.
we'll like you know, instead of like when someone calls the office and she has to answer the phone,
Yeah.
she'll just like hang up, and like so Ron doesn't have to get the call through to him because
Right.
he doesn't want to work either. It's really interesting.
So funny.
Love that. One of my favorite Ron Swanson quotes is like
Could you yawn a little right there,
that's
sir?
okay.
Excuse me.
I loved it. He's like whenever he's talking about any kind of meat, it's the best.
Oh,
When,
dude, yeah.
when he's one of my favorite moments is like when he's in the this like, because you know he buys all of his food from Food and Stuff.
Yeah.
This store with just food and stuff.
Food and Stuff.
That's it. So but he's taken to this like weird
Like Whole Foods?
yeah,
When he
like
gets
Whole
taken to
Foods.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So he goes to Whole Foods and they have this guy was serving like veggie bacon or like, and
Yeah.
it looked like I hate that. Like, what is that? It looked weird. It looked like just
vegan
bacon or
yeah,
something.
vegan bacon.
And he's like, it's meatless bacon is what the guy
Yes.
told Ron, and Ron was like, oh yes, please let me have one.
Yeah.
And he gives him one, and he picks it up and throws it in the trash can right next to him, and he's like, please another.
please.
And then he's like, oh, okay. He gives him another, just takes it, throws it in the garbage can. Oh my god! And he's like, please another, and was just trying to get rid of this
Yeah, yeah.
meatless bacon. And then another one in that same like scene, he's like, that when he first walked into Whole Foods and stuff, he's like, walking into Whole Foods is like, you know, watching animals at the zoo.
Yeah.
And he turns around and sees this guy like buying grains or
Yeah, yeah.
something, or searching through something that's not meat, and he's like, he just like cringes. He's like, what is that? Let's take a look at.
He
you know.
says, so he's
What does he
like,
say?
he's like, I don't ever come here to buy anything. I come here for the same reason people go to the zoo.
Yeah.
He says, shh, look at that thing.
That's what he said.
And it's just like this like dude with dreadlock, like this
Yeah.
white guy with dreadlocks. It's so funny.
God, dude, he's so funny.
Oh my god.
I love this
Classic.
other one where he's he's like, give me all the bacon and eggs
Yes.
you have. And the guy's like, yeah, I got it. And he's like, wait, come back. You know, I want to understand that you
I
heard.
worry what you just heard.
Yeah.
What's bring me a lot of bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
What I said was, bring me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Do you understand? It was so good, dude. That's what we mean. He's like an icon.
He's just, I don't know. It's
God, I
great.
should have worn my Ron Swanson shirt.
You should have.
I have a shirt with his face right here. It's huge, and
It's
he's
great.
just like
It's great.
fantastic.
It's great.
It's
Anyways, let's reel it back to where, how did we get to this point? I'll tell you how. Reel it back. Chris Pratt has gone from
Yes, Chris
nothing
Pratt. Yep.
to something
Mhm.
in a very short amount of time, and that is
That's really impressive. Now
Admirable.
he's the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
admirable.
Yeah. Oh, James Gunn.
Yes.
He got reinstated as the director.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
dude. Yes.
As of yesterday.
God, dude, I was talking about it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I was literally talking about that to someone yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
This happened.
It's going to be terrible. And
Wait, so you didn't know this?
I had no idea.
Okay, so actually, you and I were talking about it maybe like
Yes.
a month or two ago, maybe in the
Yeah.
car sometime. We were going off about how like dumb it is sometimes, you know, how in the film industry, how people are so sensitive and like people's
Absolutely.
careers get just tanked because of things that they
They
said a decade ago
that
as
they
like
believed.
a joke
Yeah.
or whatever. And like, it's crazy. James Gunn, apparently on Twitter or something, he said some anti-gay or what? What
Maybe.
did he say?
I don't know what he said.
He said racist or something dicey on
Something-
Twitter. He made
yeah.
a joke or said something.
I don't know if it was racist. I think that
Yeah.
he, I don't remember.
I
what
can't
it
remember
was.
what.
I don't think it was. I don't want to like put
Yeah.
my foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah, but he
I
said
need to
he
look
said
it- I've
something
read it
that was
before.
looked down on.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay,
I'm gonna look it up.
go for it. Yeah. While he does that, I'll explain what we were. Yeah. So yeah, while he looks that up, essentially James Gunn said some, you know, really dicey things on Twitter like a decade ago, maybe more, years ago, and Disney found it, and they fired him on the spot because he was gonna, you know, he's directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, which are fantastic. They're some of the best Marvel movies out there because they're so funny, and Chris Pratt's he's the man. But they fired him on the spot without even like giving him a chance. They're just like, yeah, you're done because of what you said 10 years ago. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then James Gunn was going to direct Suicide Squad 2, which I'm like, first of all, Suicide Squad 1, known as one of the worst superhero movies out there. It's so bad. It really is. And first of all, really bad. Second of all, they're going to make a sequel. Not a good move. Also, third of all, James Gunn was going to direct that instead of Guardians 3. Like, that's such a step down. And so I was really annoyed with that. But then, yeah, as of yesterday, I saw an article, and it said Disney reinstated James Gunn as director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I was like, this is the best news I've heard in a long time.
Dude, people are like, this is so funny.
What are you seeing about it? Yeah.
Everybody's like saying, like they're already making memes about it, like Disney when they come
Yep.
back to him, like
Yep.
they must. It showed like Loki, like it's like when Disney approached James Gunn to direct Volume 3, he's like, you must be really desperate to come seeking me for help or something. Like,
Lots
Unreal.
of Marvel memes out there.
so many.
But yeah, it's
I hate it when people write an entire article about it. I don't need your thoughts on it.
I just want to hear
I
what
just want
happened.
to see what it is.
I want the facts.
Okay. Dang it. This is all 2018 stuff. This isn't it.
Yeah. I can send you the article if you want it. I literally saw it on Twitter this morning.
Of what he said?
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But James Gunn, smart move, Disney, finally. And I was just so happy to see them finally change their mind. Because, like, something similar happened at the Oscars. I don't know who watched the Oscars, but I'm almost about to be done watching the Oscars because it's not about the movies anymore. It's just politics. And it's, frankly, it's disrespectful to the film industry, and I'm not for it. But anyway, we can open that can of worms later. But basically, yeah, at the Oscars, what the hell was I gonna talk about? Wait, what were we just saying?
Okay. It's
What?
Oh my god.
What? Wait, did you find what he said?
Yeah, it's definitely risky for sure.
But back then, maybe not. But like now, so everyone's so sensitive. Yeah. Okay, I was basically gonna touch on
Yeah, touch on that.
Kevin Hart and how he was gonna host the Oscars, and then you know, the story, I think, and then they also dug up on his past. The Oscars did, the Academy. They went back and looked at his Twitter. He said, you know, Kevin Hart's a comedian. First of all, take everything he says with a grain of salt, but because it's more than likely a joke if it's on Twitter. But they saw something he said, and they instantly fired him from being on hosting the Oscars. And this year the Oscar had no host, and it was so weird. It was just, I hated it. And then they offered Kevin Hart the job back, and he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that," which was good on his part. It's crazy. And then the Oscars also, and this is huge for me being a film student. Everybody in my film school was like losing their fucking minds. They were like, you know, the Oscars were not going to present. They were going to present awards during the commercial. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they were going to not present awards for cinematography, editing, wig and makeup, and like a fourth one. And I'm like, cinematography and editing are like the two biggest parts of like,
right.
How do you not recognize that on TV?
Yeah.
You're just going to cut that out? Like, and Seth Rogen had a funny quote, and it became viral because he's like, you know, what better way to show at the Academy? He's like on Twitter. He was like, what better way to acknowledge fellow artists for filmmaking whose job it literally is to film things?
Yeah.
And by not showing it on TV is basically what he said. And I was like, dude, you're right, because the cinematographer shoots the movie, right, and you're not going to recognize them on TV for it.
Unreal.
That's and editors literally create the movie that's what you see is what the editor makes.
Yeah.
And you're not going to show it on TV. Hair and makeup and costume design, I think is what it was. Not going to show that on TV. And then they changed their minds because Quentin Tarantino, Scorsese, a bunch of huge directors and actors were like flaming the Academy. They wrote them a huge letter and were like, yeah, this was a mistake. It's so disrespectful to us. And a bunch of cinematographers and editors got on this, and they were just like,
yeah,
at the Academy, this is the most disrespectful thing you could do by not acknowledging our work as artists on television, just cutting us out like that. And if you were gonna pick a portion of filmmaking, why would you pick the two biggest ones besides directing? Yeah. Like, what? It blew my mind that the Academy did this. And I'm like, at that point, I was about to not watch the Oscars, and then they changed their mind. And that's sort of what Disney just did, too.
So wait, did they say that they weren't going to recognize it?
They said they were going to give the awards out because they have to, but just not air it. They were going to do it during commercial break.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah, it's so crazy that they were going to do really this. Odd. And but they changed their minds. And my point is, Disney changed their mind about James Gunn, and I think things may be starting to take a turn.
Yeah. I just read some of the tweets. They are they're not great. They're not.
You don't have to say them, of course.
I'm not going to say them,
but you can see. Do you understand?
I see how people would be offended. I think they may have been taken out of context in the sense that how he what he was talking about. I think he was saying things more ironically than, but it still should not have been said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody says things they shouldn't, I think. But still. Anyways. Yeah, no, I've from what I've heard, he said all that stuff in 2009, which is 10 years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
2008, 2009. Yep. So I mean, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah. And people change. Our society has grown so much. Like, I don't even remember what I was doing in 2009. Like, point is,
I was in the 9th grade.
Everybody
or 8th grade.
It has been so different. And I don't know why people are so sensitive to something that happened so long ago. Which is, it's not that long ago. Like, World War II was a long time ago. But I'm saying, but
we're still not even that long. I mean, maybe 70 years?
Yeah.
80 years?
Yeah. In comparison to other things. But in something so small, somebody said this once. Yeah. And it's so useless to get worked up about it.
Yeah.
And then just fire them or take away their career or privileges, everything they've worked for because of something they said long time ago. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
People are too sensitive.
Thing, though, I think you got to be careful about posting things on social media.
I mean, that's true. Yes.
That was his fault. He shouldn't have posted those things.
I agree with that.
I think that
I think the actions, the consequences for it were unjustified.
I don't think so. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Taken too far.
I don't think that. Obviously, he doesn't have those same views as he used to.
Yeah.
I remember. I didn't read the whole thing there, but I think I remember him saying that there was a strange climate in our I guess in our country at the time, and And what was that? There was a point I was getting ready to make, and then I totally lost it.
Oh no. Well, what was he saying?
He was saying
about the climate.
I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever. Anyways, I'm glad he's back on it. That's awesome. Because that would have been a huge tragedy.
That would have been a mistake for
huge
Disney to do that.
For them to use somebody else, because those, in my opinion, are the best.
No, I agree. I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet.
I haven't either.
Heard it wasn't good.
Did it come out? Did it come out already?
It's out. It was been out for a week or
We should
two.
go check that out.
I agree with that. I need to see it. But dude, it's like I heard it just wasn't because this is why. There were like 7 producers on it.
What?
Instead of just like as the normal 1 or 2 executives or whatever. There were like 7 story producers, meaning like they supervised the script, but there's so many views and opinions and ideas. It seems like it was the tone. I think there were tonal shifts throughout the movie that just didn't make sense. Yeah. And I might agree with that if I saw it, but it was like there were too many inputs on the script.
I could see that.
That it doesn't make sense on screen.
That's why there's not 2 presidents.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, there is a vice president.
Yeah.
But
that's the point I'm making. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
There imagine 7 presidents of the United States.
7 people.
That's what happened to Captain Marvel.
That's interesting.
It's strange.
It's interesting.
But on that note, Avengers Endgame official trailer dropped like 2 days ago. Do you see it?
No.
It's insane.
Is it worth seeing?
Oh yeah. Like I'm not
gonna watch the trailer. I hate watching trailers. I'll tell you why. I hate them. Because they always put something in there that shouldn't be seen in the trailer. Yeah. Like I'm sure they made the trailer good enough to where it's not gonna spoil anything.
We'll get to
tell me about
because I have a lot of
thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts on trailers nowadays, actually. But going back to the Avengers one, what I've heard is they've released a teaser and they've released the official trailer. Right. They're only like 2 or 3 minutes apiece. But all of the footage they've used is from the first 15 minutes of the movie, which is so clever. If that's true, which I think it is, everything that I've seen of the movie from the trailers, everything that's been released so far, is from the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. And the movie's 3 hours. So they're not spoiling anything, and they're being really smart about it, and I'm actually sort of admiring it. But my point is about trailers. Yeah. You could not be more right. Yeah. Trailers, especially now more than ever. I'll be in the movie theaters about to see a movie, and like they play like 7 trailers. Yeah. First of all, they play too many now. Second of all, some of these trailers are 5 minutes. It feels like. Yeah. And I turn to whoever I'm watching the movie with. I'm like, "Are you gonna go see that?" And they're like, "Nah, I just saw it." Yeah, that's what I say too. I'm like, they asked me if I'm gonna go see it. I'm like,
I don't need to,
dude. I already did. Yeah, because they showed everything
scene. That was supposed.
They told me the build, the setup. Like it's crazy. Like just you don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
They're showing the whole movie in 5 minutes.
They actually used to do that too back in old movies. I actually was trying to show the boys hung out last night, and we were gonna watch this movie, and we were like watching trailers of these old like horror movies that I used to see, like Wrong Turn was a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they make like 9 of those?
Yeah, like 9 of them. The first one's the only one worth seeing. All the other ones just act like they don't.
Just exist. Like Paranormal Activity, the first like 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, just the first one on this one. Don't watch the second one.
Oh man,
don't watch any of them. Any of them after the first one. It should not have been made. I think it was. I don't know why they do this with horror movies. Like, why do they do that?
Money, dude. They just want to make franchise with Saw. Dude, perfect example. Yeah. Saw 1, fantastic thriller. And / gore horror. The Saw 1 is actually a great movie.
Yeah, no, great.
Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now Jigsaw or whatever. They're really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
they just try to build on it.
Forever. It's just about the torture. It shouldn't have been about the torture.
Yeah, the first one wasn't about the torture. It was about the characters, and that's why it was good. Exactly. Then, okay. So, fun fact: the executive producer Peter Block, who's produced every single Saw movie, came to my school and showed Jigsaw to our school and did a Q&A. Oh, nice. And and he's an interesting guy. And he came into our class too and talked a lot about it. But he I'll flash like a photo proof of that he was there. But anyway, he's like he showed Jigsaw, not a good movie, but it is just like all the other Saw movies. And we were asking like, why are these so drastically different from the first movie?
Right.
And he's like, well, our fans, they showed that they wanted to see more gore. And then when they made the second one, that had a lot more just really creative ways to torture people, like sort of like Final Destination.
Yeah.
That's why they made like 5 or 6 of those, because people wanted to see creative deaths, which to a point the characters don't matter. That you want to see them die.
The story doesn't matter
so
anymore.
The Saw franchise, he said, actually has not become about characters.
It's become about the gore.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
That's
and
why I
he
stopped
said
watching
that it's its own genre of film now. And he's like, people go to see that. They want to see that. They don't care about characters because they will die. So that was his point. And I was like, that's interesting, but I don't like it.
For me, I don't care. I don't care about seeing people die.
Yeah. I don't care for gore. Like, I don't mind it, but like wouldn't go to a movie to see it like that for my reasoning to go.
Yeah. It's odd for me to want to see that.
Yeah. But Saw 1, solid. And probably Wrong Turn 1.
Wrong Turn, first one, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Everything else after that is just, it's about the gore.
Yep. They ring it out for, dude, what bugs me about these horror franchises is the Paranormal Activity franchise genuinely what hooked me on found footage horror, because I love found footage horror. I think it's inventive and it actually is so scary. And there's been a lot of indie ones that are really good movies, but that I've seen. But Paranormal Activity is what like revived found footage. And the first one is so stupidly simple. They made it for like no money. Yeah. And it made so much money.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, they started getting a little more experimental and creative with it. And the second one, they took it to a crazy new level, and it was I personally love the second one the most. And then the third one, they go back in the past as, the characters were kids and whatever. They show sort of how the demon or whatever happened became a thing, how it got started in their family. Then the fourth one, and then the fifth, and the spin-off, and then the final one. Final one's the worst. It's so stupid. That's the thing. My point is, like, they just milk it for all it's worth, and eventually you get burnt out.
Yeah.
Just like Transformers we were talking about last time. It's like it's overkill.
I agree.
I just don't care. The first two are my favorite, and then just the rest. They have good scares, but like that's it. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I thought once they started getting into the weird possession thing, I was just like, all right.
Because at that point there's no mystery. And the third one, they gave the demon an identity and just called it Toby or something.
What?
And I
didn't see this.
So the third one, where it started, is one of the sisters from like the first movie or second movie. She makes this friend, imaginary friend, and it's a demon, and she calls him Toby or he whatever. And then Toby gets used throughout the rest of the franchise. Somehow people use the name. They find out that it's Toby. I'm like, but now there's no mystery. Now there's no suspense. It's just, okay, what's the most creative scare you got? Like, give it to me. Yeah. That's all the franchise became, because in the first two, before Toby was a thing, it was just, oh my gosh, there's a
mystery.
You want to know. There's intrigue.
Yeah.
The rest of it, it's just stupid.
I think that thrillers are more intriguing to me than like horror movies.
Thrillers are my jam.
Because thrillers, like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I love
there's mystery
to not know. Like
it makes you want to find out. It's that's when you're watching a good movie.
That's why I think I've told this to so many people before, but the fear of the unknown is what's the most scary thing in life. Yeah. I think people they do, if their imagination is scarier than anything you could ever show them.
Because dude, your mind will go
because you know
anywhere.
what you're scared of. I don't.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows.
So here's something.
Yeah.
Some of the best horror movies that I've seen. I don't know if you saw Hereditary.
I saw the first 30 minutes of Hereditary and I stopped watching it.
Hereditary, The Witch,
yeah,
It Comes at Night. Those 3 movies are some of the best, cleverly structured. The Witch, not so much personally, but it comes in this category because they are slow burn, suspense, thriller, horror kind of stuff.
Right.
They're like they have horror aspects, but ultimately it's like it's a suspense movie, not a but there's so much mystery and they drag it out. They don't drag it out forever, but to a reasonable extent where you're like, it keeps leading you on, and it's these slow shots that last for minutes at a time, and it's dread.
Yeah.
You don't feel fear or scared. You're like you are dreading what's about to happen because they're building it up slowly and so much, and it gets under your skin.
Yeah.
Those kind of movies are insane.
They are.
Yeah.
I had to stop watching Hereditary. I was like, this is terrible.
You would not believe the finale. It's unreal. The last 15 minutes are crazy.
I was just like, I'm not doing this.
And there is a shot, Caleb. There's a shot in that movie still scares me. Like, dude. It's a still shot. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's a still shot, and and it lasts for like 3 minutes. But I'm sitting there just like what am I supposed to be looking at? And then you see something, and it's there the whole time, and you didn't even know, and it's so scary. Oh my God, it freaked me out. Like, I couldn't sleep.
Is this at the end of the movie or like?
Yeah, it's like the last 15 minutes.
Dude.
Oh my God, it freaked me. It's still freaking me out. It's wild. The movie is so good for that reason.
I was just like, it literally makes you feel terrible. Like,
Disturbed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It's just
I can get with it though.
Because that's like it's the worst thing you could think of just to happen to you in life.
Yep.
Like, just things happening. Oh my God, dude. I'm like I remember I saw like the first like shock thing in the movie, and I was like, checked out.
What happened? I forgot.
With the guy and his little sister, they went to the party.
Oh, that.
I checked out right
there. Oh, we're not gonna spoil it.
We're not gonna.
The car thing.
I'm out of here. I was like, this is enough for me.
That scene is brilliant.
Dude.
As a cinematic, like as a filmmaking perspective, it's brilliantly made.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
And then he
when I saw it in theaters, my mouth dropped open. This has never happened to me, but I literally was like, my mouth was dropped open for like the whole scene.
Yeah. Dude.
Watch Hereditary.
And then, when he I'm not gonna say that.
No.
I'm not gonna say.
You don't want to endorse it.
I'm not gonna endorse this film.
Let me just say, if you are a horror, suspense, thriller, you want to be disturbed, watch Hereditary.
If you want to feel like total crap, go for it.
If you want to genuinely feel like you want to die,
dude,
you'd rather die than watch this movie, go watch it.
Dude, oh my God. It's
terrifying.
But
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's why it's good, because name another movie that really made you feel that awful just by watching it. It's awful.
Well, it's odd though, because when you say that, when a movie makes you feel awful, when you tell somebody that it makes you feel awful, they know that it's not going to end well.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of defeats the suspense.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say to you a movie that has made me feel like that before.
Fair enough.
Because you'll know that the ending of it isn't good.
Well, not even the ending, but like what the movie does and why it's successful in its intention is because it makes you feel dreadful throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Hereditary does that. There's not a single moment of relief
joy
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, at all. The whole movie is just what the hell is happening, and this is so bad, but it's intriguing and you want to know why. That's why it's good.
It's terrible, man. I just couldn't get down with that, brother. After that that scene where he just
the thing happens.
He goes and just gets in the bed and just tries to sleep.
Yep.
I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I understand.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it 3 times now.
I was like, this is all I need.
And I
imagine it gets infinitely worse.
You don't even understand. The ending isn't just it's insane.
Dude, I was just like,
I don't think you. Oh my gosh.
I'm done here. This is
let's
all
see.
I need.
Let's see how far we are along in the podcast.
Actually, hang on. We're in. Let me change the time here.
Yeah, what's going on here? How long are we? Okay, what's happening? Are we recording? I hope.
No, we definitely are.
Okay. Caleb, we're gonna figure it out.
Cannot. Oh, here we go. We have already gone for an hour and 12 minutes.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should probably.
We've talked about movies a lot this time.
And it started to get dark there for a second talking about.
So let's talk about something happy, and then we'll jet. Yeah.
You ever been on a cruise?
No,
Neither have I.
but I don't want to say why because it's scary. Because okay, I don't want to go on a.
Just tell me why.
I don't want to go on a cruise because I'm afraid to be out there in the ocean. Even though it feels like you're not, because you're at a hotel essentially with just you're on land, but you're not, and it's scary.
You're not. Actually, I've heard that there are cruises where you don't keep. It keeps the land in
Yes.
sight.
Yeah, there are cruises for that because there are people that would want to, like me, but want to be able to see land.
Could you do that
I would do that.
if you could see land?
Yes, I would do that.
All right.
But it's just, it's kind of scary to be out there in the middle of nowhere. But I would do it. Have you been on a cruise before?
No. I've never even actually been on the ocean before.
Here's the thing. You know what our big, like a finale of one of our seasons or something could be for this show?
Yeah.
We do Portside Starboard on an actual cruise.
On a cruise.
We could, you know what we could do? I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
I'll tell you after the
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I don't want to give anything out,
Yeah,
but
no spoilers.
yeah, but dude, a cruise, Portside Starboard on a cruise. That's
Yeah.
something to think about.
That'd be sick.
That's the real deal.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
At sea.
Yeah. You want to close this out, my friend?
I do. Everybody.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Keep the wind in your sails. This was a somber ending to a Portside Starboard.
That's okay. That's okay.
A somber ending.
Yeah.
But we don't know why. Like, we didn't really say anything terrible. Like, we didn't say why we feel
we're
weird.
not just like
But we're thinking about this movie, and we both know
it's messing with us.
it's messing with us. And these people don't know. We didn't say anything about it. God,
That's awful.
it's still getting me. I haven't even seen the whole movie. Anyways.
I don't think you should.
No, I'm
That
not.
doesn't-
I'm not going to see it. There's no chance. Anyways, everybody keep the wind in your sails. Look forward to episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, this will drop on Wednesday. Wait,
Yeah.
they're going to know. They're listening to it.
Yeah. I was gonna say no.
Nope. Yeah, no, they
Nope.
already know. Anyways, the next episode will drop
Here's
next
what
Wednesday.
I'll clarify some of that. So every Wednesday, be
Yeah.
looking for an episode of Portside Starboard Podcast. 12 a.m. Wednesday morning is when we will have.
Yes. Midnight.
Midnight Tuesday night, Wednesday morning is
Yeah,
when we drop
yeah.
each episode. So just look out every Wednesday morning. You'll see an episode, and it's gonna be great. And also subscribe if we're gonna try to get this out on Apple Podcasts sometime soon.
Yeah,
So
very soon.
subscribe to us
Actually, we
there.
should look into that after we cut.
I agree.
After we cut.
Yeah, we are. So Apple Podcasts, and then subscribe on YouTube, and then like this video.
Like the video.
Share it. We want people to hear our voices. We want to get our
Yes.
voices out there so we can do more of the other videos and other things we got planned. We have a lot planned, but we need a following to do it, or nobody will see all this cool stuff we want to do. So like and share this video. Follow our social media. Be down
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that share button. Smash that subscribe button. I hate that so much. I hate it when like YouTubers say that. I'm like,
they're just like,
I cannot stress to you how there's no chance I'm touching. I'm even touching this mouse.
but we're classy about it.
We're just
Like this
listen,
video or don't.
like it or don't.
But essentially,
we would appreciate it. I mean, it helps us.
yeah, it helps us know who appreciates the
video.
channel.
Also, I've heard that the more likes you have, the more chances it is to advertise to others. So it'll
exactly.
be recommended.
It'll show up higher and
Right,
stuff on the list.
Yeah.
So do like this video. That helps us out.
Make a comment. Comments also help with that.
Because tell us what you think we need to improve on, or just tell us what you thought was funny, or give me your opinions. I want to hear you guys'
I'm
opinions.
pretty sure the only people who are going to be commenting are people that we know.
I know, but
as
this
of
is
right
because
now.
we're just starting.
Yeah, but still,
eventually
the people
it'll
that
come
we
out.
know, everybody that watches it, let us know
just
what
take-
we could improve on.
Just take 3 seconds and just comment. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on us and what we say and everything. Because that's why we're doing it.
And,
it's a conversation.
We'll respond.
Yeah, we will actually respond.
We'll respond.
And yeah, follow our social media. Be down in the description.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
I think that's it.
I think that's episode 2 for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our social media is going to be in the description?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, guys.
Guys, that was episode 2. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next sail.
That's right. Keep the wind in your sails.
Keep the wind in your sails, and we will see you guys next time.